Listen, I just heard an incredible message from church this morning. Pastor Stephen Furtick, my golly. Goodness, I mean, hey, listen, if you don't, I mean, whether you believe in something or not, like, you ought to go check out the recent message and check the date of this video so you can correlate it with Elevation Church, Elevation Worship, and see exactly what I mean. But one of the things that he said that stood out to me the most today, I mean, there was many things that stood out, but I'll just talk about one, is quit comparing your transformation with somebody else's time lapse. Let me say it again. And he said it best, like, quit comparing your transformation with somebody else's time lapse. We tend to only focus on, somebody's greatest achievements, and we tend to forget about what it took for them to actually get there. Seriously. We look at the big, and I'll use Elon Musk as an example. We look at him having SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, and some of his other companies that he has as well. But we sometimes tend to forget, and this is why I like reading biographies about these people, the journey it took for them to get there, right? You look at Apple and you think of, man, Steve Jobs, what he built. Same with movies. You look at Star Wars, but you sometimes forget about George Lucas. And it really makes you think. Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, right? But what Stephen said this morning with quit comparing your transformation to somebody's time lapse, you can also take that in a way and listen, just because you're 30 years old, or maybe you're 25, or maybe you're 40 or 50, and you're still working and you're still grinding away, and you feel as if, like, man, Lord, when's it going to be my turn? Like, I'm over here being 40 years old, and I see somebody that's 22 years old and they're already a millionaire, and I'm not a millionaire yet. But what you have to understand is your journey and your transformation isn't theirs. So what you're doing, it's not what they're doing. It's not exactly the same. You look at a 22-year-old that maybe they're making millions in a year, maybe they're making millions in a month, or who knows, maybe they're making billions by 30, depending on whenever you're watching this. And it's like, their journey's different, okay? Their time lapse is different. Observe the things that they've been through, because people don't always talk about, oh, this is what I've been through to get to here. They don't always do that because people aren't curious about that. They're just not. They look at what it is that they've achieved. So again, within your transformation, where are you at in your life right now? Right? Are you going through it? Are you feeling a little bit bombarded, overwhelmed? That's okay, because it's your journey. All right? That's who you are. You're incredible and you're beautiful. Remember that. So don't you dare always compare to somebody else. And just because something else Pastor Stephen said is, your gifts aren't somebody else's gifts. If you want me to be more specific, your gifts aren't your business partner's gifts. Their gifts aren't your gifts. Understand your gift and focus on that. Same thing with, like, he made an example with the gym. I forget the name he said, but this guy at the church, he gave him basically this is what you're going to do in your next workout. And Pastor Stephen's like, he's like, dog, listen, because he said superset, 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 which means no rest. And when you have no rest, I mean, you're pretty much, you're maxing out. And it was the same exact workout that this guy who's extremely muscular, big, and Pastor Stephen's like 5'8", 5'8 and a half. And he's like, listen, you're built different, right? And when he said that you're built different, meaning I can attempt your workout, but I know first and foremost, I'm going to be puking and throwing up everywhere. So I ain't trying to treat my body like that. And it's like, I heard that, I'm thinking, wow, that's so true. In a workout sense, like, we're all built differently. And since we're all built differently, maybe you're in the speaking industry and your message doesn't necessarily come across as strong as what, a buddy of yours does, another speaker. And you're thinking, why can't I get the crowd to to stand up whenever I speak, because you're built different. Identify what you're great at and hone in on that. Quit trying to hone in on being enthusiastic if you're naturally not meant to be enthusiastic like the other speakers. Same thing with business, right? Elon Musk is built differently. Jeff Bezos is built differently. We're all built differently. Figure out you're built and watch what happens. Anyways, I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to share this with you. Absolutely incredible message again today. Your transformation, quit comparing your transformation to somebody's time lapse. You're built differently, okay? You're built differently. And then your gifts are different than someone else's gifts. Remember that. Thank you, Pastor Stephen Furtick, for the incredible message. Elevation worship, incredible.